Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So I have a different video topic tonight. Well, not totally different, but I've just gotten one too many of these on Facebook, and I'm going to go ahead and just completely call it out. Online scams. Unfortunately, the internet is loaded with scams online, and the one I see the most, because so here's the thing, a little background here. So I've been YouTubing for about 15 months, and I've had a presence on Facebook, personal account and stuff since probably since high school. But I got to where I used it less and less over the years. But once I became a YouTuber, I started going back on there and joining all these financial groups and whatnot. And the idea was to, get some traffic to my channel, funnel some subscribers, people that were interested in finance to my channel. But the side effect of that is that these groups are loaded with scammers. And the most common one that I see is these crypto copy trades, and mostly crypto, but basically copying trades um, across most markets. And the concept is probably possible, but unfortunately, the internet is loaded with people that pitch this, and it's like I guess it's like a multi-level marketing scheme. And I'm gonna go into one to try to help anyone that watches this understand how to spot this because I'm frustrated with this. I'm to the point that like I'm just going to start blocking people. Like at first, I tried to be nice to everyone. I tried to say, look, there's only two types of people in the world: subscribers to my channel and non-subscribers. So I tried to treat everyone equally and whatnot. But I'm tired of the scammers and these people. Once you start to ask them, like they're all like they have like a fake persona at first. They start asking. They're real friendly. They reach out to you in the chat, and then when you start asking some pointed questions, about half of them get nasty or they get huffy with you. Some of them are more patient, and some of them, they're a little more tactful, and they think they're going to eventually land your business, I guess. But once they don't, most of them all get frustrated. But what I want to go over today, because I had another one, it's almost daily for these copy crypto trades. And what I want to show you, because I'm afraid that a lot of people get scammed on these things. Um, so this person, and I guess to protect the identity of the individual, I'm not going to show the person's name. Um, I didn't tell them about my channel, so I kind of stopped doing that because it was getting to be all scammers. So I started talking to this person reached out to me probably like over a month ago, and just started talking to me and stuff. And I could tell eventually the conversation was going to get into something, whatever they were pitching. Um, so I just kind of ignored it. But what happens with these people is that if you don't respond instantly, they follow up, and sometimes they get really aggressive, and you might as well just block them. Uh, but it does get entertaining. Like it does provide some entertainment value. Like today, um, I'll show this screen that the person sent me. The person was trying to pitch to me how great they were doing on these copy trades for crypto, and I guess this is a Bitcoin one. They have, and this is probably completely photoshopped, but you'll notice here, and I'm going to hold this up to the screen. They have like a negative 33% realized profit and loss, but they have a positive return on equity of 30.74%. You can see margin dollars, liquidity price, entry price, things like that. But the thing that stood out to me was the negative profit and loss. So I asked the person about that. I said, well, that's a little concerning. You're talking about how great this is. And then they responded that every trader do incur, and they spelled incur with an E at the end, losses, but the difference between your win loss ratio determines how good and technical your obvious comment of the day. And then they proceeded to send me this, and this was probably Photoshop too, but they sent me a screen of, I guess, how well they're doing this year, factoring out the over 30% loss on the last screen. And the first thing that stood out to me, and I want to show this to whoever watches this so that all of you can kind of get an idea of what to look for too, because unfortunately the world now is just loaded with these people. Um, but anyway, so if you can see here, this is supposed to be the phenomenal trades. That's a little dark. Oh, let me see here. Here you go. If I hold it right there, okay, so you can see like month by month, it's gonna get a little bright again. I struggle with lighting on this MacBook. Let me move it. Let me try to move it over here. Okay, that's a little bit better. So you can see it goes all the way back to, let's see, 2020, 2019. So there's nothing here unless they sent me to. Oh yeah, so this is supposed to be the first page was supposed to be 2019. And what you'll notice here, when you look at a legit brokerage firm, like when they send you a statement or a snapshot, you're never going to have half of the text in green over here. So, like, random parts of the numbers are in green, basically, and not even the whole number, not even the whole return percentage, just part of it is in green over here. And for growth, and then there's this thing called points, and then number of trades. But some of them have, like, out of 15 of them, 10 of them, the first two numbers are in green, the rest aren't, and then the other five or six are just in black. And then you'll notice, and this is what I want to help others understand how to spot, um, the part one and part two of the statement. So this one, if you notice a little formatting subtlety here, it's got gray and white bars on this one. But then if I scroll to this one, and this is supposed to be part one of the same statement, what do you notice right off the bat? No gray. So it's like all white, and the little green marks are gone. So even though this is supposed to be part A and part B of the same statement. Oh, there's Andre. How's it going? Um, just trying to expose some scammers here. So part A and B, which is supposed to be part of the same statement, this is only in white with no gray bars and no green font. So it's like I'm to the point. It's comical at this point. I'm like, what does this person just think that people are stupid? And they're probably right for the most part. You know, um, you should be able to hear me when it posts. I think it's okay. But the return. So going back to, so this is like the second half of it. Um, March of 2021 to March of 2022. I guess it just stopped after March, or maybe they were afraid to show the results from there on. But they have these insane percentages: 304%, 108, 258. And a lot of times, what you'll notice too, if you add up like the percentage and stuff like that, the math won't even add up. So it's sad because they're getting people to probably sign up for this because all they're seeing is this crazy percentage. Um, and then they have, like, for average return, 204% out of 25,000 trades, and just random screenshots what they send. And that's not even the worst one I've seen. I've seen, like, there's one guy on here that keeps trying to pitch his options course, and it's quite comical. I'll go ahead and show that too because this is fun. This is fun to kind of expose these people. So this person, and I'm not going to name the person either, but I think the person was subscribed to my channel at one point because that was like what I would try to do at first on these different groups. I would post if I um, had a really good video I was proud of, and if there was a thread on the group talking about something, I would say, "Hey, I just talked about this on my channel." Not necessarily post the link because that'll get you banned from the group more often than not. But I would post that, and I had this person found me, and they've been trying to get me to buy their course for about a year. And their profile, it's funny, they have a picture of like the Nasdaq exchange, so immediately that makes them an investment guru, right? um, they actually unfriended me, I think, but their profile is still public. So if you're going to unfriend me, at least make your profile private so that I can't see it and do a YouTube video on it. So they say they currently work at Goldman Sachs. Obviously, yeah, if you work at Goldman Sachs, you're not going to be selling your course privately unless you've retired from there. Like, their policies are not going to allow that. Trust me, I know. Um, Lives in York, New York. Is that even a real city? Like York, New York? I thought it was New York. Like, there's a city called York in England, and the whole thing, New York was like New York, kind of like New England. Get it? So there's some basic question marks on the profile already. Um, but this person is a guru, the Nasdaq analyst guru, and let's go into some of the screenshots. And I did another video on this, I think back in February, because they sent me another trade tip. It was an earnings play, and they were completely wrong. I think it was what's the and oh, what happened on my screen? There we go. Uh, so they had missed earnings, and let's see here, because this gets fun. I told them they pitched an AMD call option, and I guess the whole idea is if they kept um, throwing mud at the wall, something would stick. So, and that's what happens a lot of times, especially you see these people that make these crazy predictions. They the more stuff they say, if they're right one time, all of a sudden it may get picked up by the media, and then, oh, this person's a guru now because they were right one time. Well, if you keep saying stuff, you're going to be right eventually. It's like the law of averages. But this person recommended, based on their expertise, that AMD. Let me see what they said. They told me their members are making money all the time, hundreds or even thousands of dollars a day, and they said their signals are always right. Let me believe. I don't want to show the person's name, but you can't make this stuff up. You really can't make this up. You can see right there. It said, my signals are always right. My members are making money all the time, hundreds or even thousands of dollars a day. And so I kind of had a little fun. I said, really? Like the last two? Because the last two were wrong. And I said, always right 100% of the time, huh? And then I finally kind of lost my cool with the person. I said, you must think I'm stupid. And then he comes back and he says, an 80% win rate is good enough. Would you like to join us? And I couldn't believe, like, after this person has to know, like, I'm kind of on to them at this point, but they still, they're so desperate to sell their course. They still kept on and saying, would you like to join us? Oh, yeah, of course. You just gave me three, like, inaccurate trade ideas. Yeah, here's my wallet right here. Just take it. Here's a blank check. I mean, give me a break. How stupid do these people think that people are? So then I told him your AMD one was clearly wrong. Other call recommendations you made, I said, I said you should have recommended a put option instead of a call option. Um, and then I asked him too, because at this point I don't even think this person was paying attention to what he said. I thought he must be getting drunk or something, or he must be hallucinating or something, because I would literally tell him, your recommendation was wrong, and then he would come back the next day. Oh, you want to buy my course? I'm like, what was this person like drunk and hungover or something? And then he recommended a ServiceNow or Snowflake, the company Snowflake. Um, this was November 3rd, and then I sent him the chart. He recommended a call option on this. Now, a call option is if you're bullish. So just anyone with like basic knowledge, do you see a problem with a call option based on that performance? Well, red flag number one, the hint is in the word red. The chart is red, right? So if you look from November 3rd to November 9th, he recommended a weekly call option from November 3rd to November 9th. You see a problem there? Like for a call option to succeed, it has to go the opposite way. So then I said, oh, you must have meant a put option. And see, I guess in a way I'm being ungrateful because this person was kind enough to share their expertise with me. So I'm just being, ungrateful, trying to expose this. But then it got even better. He came back and he said, because you are not our member, did not receive prompt in time updates, member profit long ago ended. And then the screenshots he sent me, um, it's funny because each screenshot is like the same, and you can't make this stuff up. This is, some people might ask me, they're like, why don't you just block these people? It's because the entertainment value is too high. It just, you get a good laugh out of it. And hopefully I can help other people from prevent them from getting scammed. But this one, so he circled, and the text message is like, it's like the same format. It's like the same format. He circles something, and what he said, because you can't really see it, this was an NVIDIA call option, and then the person, it's like the same format. The person says, "Okay." They said the same thing twice. "How much are you making now?" A little fingers crossed emoji. So the text messages, it's like a copy and paste of the same message, just inserting a different ticker. And then, I guess the last thing I'll talk about, then I'll end the video because you can't make this stuff up. I had someone that wanted me to actually pay them for a Facebook Messenger message, actually pay them like $25. And I'm like, you sent me a text message, and I did block that person. But anyway, hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that gives some ideas on what to look for, spotting a scammer. And if I have time, I may get 2 videos out today. I may start. I've done daily videos before, but I may try to get out 2 at some point. If not, it'll be tomorrow. At least daily uploads as much as I can. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe, and take care.